itis.
Right, so she lived on the estate and what have you, and she aged...
How was she homeless if she lived on the estate?
Well, she sort of decided to stay around there because I think people on the estate spoke to her more than people who had money. Do you know what I mean?
Really? I was going to say, why would she choose an estate not to live in, as opposed to a walled sort of lovely community?
Yeah.
Why not go to St John's Wood or...
Yeah, or I'd hang around in maybe, say, the Maze in Hampton Court.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No one's expecting to see a homeless person as they're trying to find their way around. Well, imagine the cash you'd make during the summer.
The rich sort of Victorians used to keep sort of homeless in there as a little folly, and they used to pay them at the end if they stayed there for like 3 years.
What do you mean? Would they pay?
It was fashionable to have a little homeless little hobbit in your outhouse. Seriously.
And what did they have? Did they have to do anything for the money? Run, dance,
no, they just had to
tigers?
be there. No, they had to be there when they brought around. They go, look, that's our little cat weasel fella right. living in our folly.
Yeah,
and then they got money. There's just like really rich sort of Victorians and stuff.
That's a great idea. They should definitely bring that back. Because, you see, I would give a lot more to shelter and those kind of charities if I could have a homeless guy come and do my bidding. I could make him dance.
And they had a really long beard and rags.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I could just make them do dances for me, or, you know...
And he was somewhat magical, possibly. That would go, riddle me dee, fiddle me do, what is my name, and who are you?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then,
But anyway, so this mental...
There's a little idea for shelter if anyone's listening.
Yeah. Mental homeless woman on the estate. And what she used to do... Right, she acted quite normal, and she used to always push like a pram around with her, right? And everyone was like, she can't have a kid, can she? Right? And she was dead happy every day. She was up and down, walking up and down the road. Anyway, one day she sort of walked past, right? Turned round and looked in the pram. There was a bucket with a face on it.
The Ricky Gervais Show on Guardian Unlimited.
There from a bloke. I think you're going to respect him, because I think you can tell straight away from his name that he's the kind of guy you'd want to hang out with.
Go on.
I know how much you love fun people.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, and he's calling himself this, Paul the Party Animal Parker. He's emailed in. He's given himself that moniker.
Right, I assume they're in sort of like quote marks,
they're
are they?
in speech marks, yeah. Paul
Brilliant.
the Party Animal Parker.
And he's calling himself that.
Yeah.
That I can't wait.
So when you picture him, what are you thinking?
Millhouse.
Right, okay.
I think he looks like Millhouse from The Simpsons.
Yeah. He's working in sort of an IT department, maybe?
Yeah,
for a large organisation?
Oh, I think he might still be at school.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And this is the vital question. Do you believe him to be a party animal?
I believe him to be a party animal is as much as a man with a long scarf that his mum knitted him to look like... Doctor Who can be a party animal, yes.
Do you think that when people are organising parties at his school, they're thinking the first person they got to get on the list and make sure he's guaranteed
you've got to take Paul the party animal, because I bet he's got millions of affiliates to be known as the one that carries around a biscuit tin.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the scarf.
He's the guy who only ever wears bowling shoes. It's his thing. It's his thing. He's a little bit kooky, it's his thing. But thank you very much indeed for your contribution. And it is fairly interesting what he sent in. He's found this on the web. I don't know why he's felt an affinity with this particular inventor, but anyway, there's a Serbian man who has invented a sex machine for women, and he's appealing to Western women to test his device. He's from a town in, as I say, in Serbia. I guess Serbia. I guess that's right. Is that right?
Well, I don't know. What does it say?
Well, it says a Serbian man, but is it called Serbia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was all the Croatia-Serbia thing?
Well, it doesn't matter now, does it?
Okay. It doesn't matter now. It does to them. Otherwise they fought for nothing. What the hell do we know about world events? I mean, how long did that go on for? Months,
I don't know.
wasn't it?
If they're inventing new countries, they can't expect me to keep up with current trends, can we?
Anyway, this Serbian man has invented a sex machine for women to try it out, so he's looking now for Western women. He's taken out a patent on the ultimate sex machine. It runs on a 390-volt electric engine, simulates sex, and has a 7.5-inch artificial penis. He said, "My sex machine has an artificial penis that can make up to 180 moves in a minute." Now, I don't even know what that means. 180 moves? What? I mean, there's only really...
Well, in and out, I imagine.
Out. It's largely the function. Unless I've been doing it
what
wrong.
What he's done is he's put a dildo on a Black & Decker.
A man can only manage the intensity of movement for about 5 seconds normally, but this machine can do it for as long as the woman wants. But anyway, so he's looking for a woman who will test this out. But what I love, as soon as I read this, I was thinking, it's just imagining there going, oh, thanks for coming in. Yeah, okay. So there's what's going to happen is there's a penis that's going to pop out from here, and it's gonna have sex with you. I'm going to stand behind the machine. I've got to stand behind here. There's a lot of dials and stuff. I don't want to bore you with.
Well, why do you have to stand behind it? Just
I can't. It's technical stuff, but I got to be behind the machine.
But there's no penis on the robot at the moment. It's just a hole.
I'll switch the machine on. I'll go behind, and then a penis will appear.
Will it be like a metal-looking penis?
It will be a robotic penis, but it will seem like it's a regular fleshy human penis.
So you're gonna all right. So you're gonna go behind this robot,
go behind the machine,
disappear,
yep.
And then a fleshy-looking penis is
that will appear
through the hole
when I switch the machine on.
Okay, and that'll be the real robotic penis.
But you won't see me for the duration of your sexual
So
encounter.
you've made this sort of like robotic penis look really realistic.
It's really realistic. You will not be able to tell the difference between, say, the robot one and mine, for instance.
I don't want to see yours.
No, there's absolutely not.
Because I've not come around here to have sex with a person.
I know, you've come around to test the machine.
Yeah,
and that is exactly what you're going to get.
Okay,
a piece of mechanical action. But what is the idea that on the front maybe he's painted a picture of a robot's face.
Yeah.
And then when the machine begins, rather like in one of those horror houses, like a kind of mansion in a spooky film, the eyes of the painting, they'll move. And the real eyes will appear, just staring out. But I don't think I can have sex with this machine unless you're actually in the room, just in case anything goes wrong. No. Don't worry, I'll be behind the machine. No problem.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, Paul the Party Animal Parker sent that in, and knowing him, there'll be plenty more coming like that in future weeks.
Carl, what do you think about that? The
machines and that.
Yeah.
Well, they've always been sort of. I mean, to a lot of people, sex is important, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Not to you.
Well, it serves a purpose.
but what purpose?
No.
Because you don't want to have kids, so what purpose?
Just
something to do in the evening.
Something to do, innit?
When the telly's broke.
But for years, like they've found stuff, haven't they? Machines from like Roman times that similar to that setup.
No machines in Roman times.
Like that though, the old sort of knob on a stick machine thing.
The old Roman knob on a stick. I'm sorry, but I watch Time Team every week, and Tony Robinson has never done an old knob on a stick machine.
I just think of Julius Caesar sitting down and go, okay, aqueduct, we love that. Thanks for that. Straight roads, good idea. We can see the enemy coming. Yeah. What have we got there?
Well, I'm glad you've asked.
Plumpticus. What have we got there? Wanklicus.
What I've got here, Yieldy knob. And I've put that on the end of a stick.
Oh, stickus phallus. Okay, well done, Wanklicus. No. Well done. You are my new right-hand man, as they say.
No,
excellent.
But they do stuff like that. You've been in the London Museum and that, and they've got sort of sex stuff from years ago. They've got like these metal pants that they used to wear.
I don't know what that is.
Metal pants.
Yeah, sort of.
Is
metal.
That a chastity belt? You mean? They used to make women wear them so that they
could. But they had them for blokes as well, though.
Metal pants for blokes.
Yeah,
why?
So he had a little lot. So if he was away, he couldn't play away from home, and if he was away, she popped on a little.
No, I just think they sort of like sexy metal pants.
What? Oh, I don't know what you mean.
What are you
sexy metal pants.
Well, we'll have to look because I haven't got it in front of me. It's just something I remember seeing, some sort of sexy metal pants that I used to wear.
But what are you saying? Sexy metal pants?
That was not British Museum. That was Soho.
No, what I mean.
That was Old Compton Street. You were looking in the shop window.
They always had to be ready for like battle and that, but these were a little bit sexy but protective at the same time.
I love the idea that that's all you remember from the British Museum.
So Lancelot, are you ready to face the Black Knight? Yeah. What do you think of these? Huh? What do you think of these? Well, I don't really care. Just
I just want to look good on the battlefield.
Well, they're both protective.
Will there be women watching, cheering us on?
Well, you're not going to fight like that, are you? What about your
I'm going to wear nothing except these sexy metal pants.
But what about your chest is exposed?
No, well, it's a good chest. I'll be working out.
Yeah, I know. But what I mean is, you want metal.
I've actually been lifting up the round table every week. I just work out, do that about 4 times a day.
But that machine, right? Why did it have to be a woman, or could they have got a little gay fella in?
I don't know.
Let me just check. It doesn't actually specify the small print here.
I love that. Why do you want to see a little gay fella be...
I don't want to see it. I'm just saying they're sort of more...
Carl, why do you want...
I don't want to see
Why do you want to watch a gay man get buggered by a robot?
I wasn't the one typing in gay machines on the internet, finding stuff out about them.
It's not a gay machine. You just made it...
He wanted to pleasure women with this machine. You're saying, can I see a little gay fellow get a robotic cock up his arse? You're the one requesting that, Carl Pilkington.
I don't want that. I'm just saying that.
You're the one that want to see gay men with metal stuff up their anus.
No, what I'm saying is they're more up for a bit more experimentation than...
What are you saying? Why is that the case?
Why? Why'd you say that?
No, just they just, butt plugs and that. I mean, what I'm saying is...
What, you can't just say butt plugs and that.
I'm just saying that I reckon they'd be up for it.
What do you know about butt plugs?
I don't know anything about them. I just remember seeing an advert for some once in a sex shop.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
No, I wasn't. I was just walking past. I was walking past the sex shop and that. And
your eyes
sort of looking.
Why were you walking past a sex shop?
Just because I was on the way to work and that, and I passed one, and there was a little sort of... One, it was open early, which I never understood. Right, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. Right, and
who's rushing out for butt plugs that early in the
who
morning,
needs them now? Right, but I
must get a bagel and some poppers.
But I walked past it, and it had like a little post-it note or postcard type thing, and it was like, pop in now, buy an item, chuck in some free butt plugs. And I didn't know what they for. I'd never heard of them before. But all I'm saying is, I've since found out what they do with them.
What
and
do
if
they
they do that with them, then give them a go on that.
I had another email here. This is they haven't given their name actually, but it's an interesting fact. I'm hoping it's true. America's first nudist organisation apparently was founded in 1929 by 3 men. Now, what intrigued me when I read that is the fact that it's clearly 3 blokes just trying to meet some nude women.
They're all 52, balding.
Exactly.
With little, sort of those gold-rimmed glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just wandering around, and it's all quite saggy down there, and they're just knocking on doors saying, we've just set up an organisation. It's perfectly above board, completely legitimate. It's a nudist organisation. You've got to come and join us, because we haven't got any female members at the moment. Got any women in there interested in, volleyball or trampoline?
I can't be doing with it, me.
You hate nudists, don't you?
Nudists. I don't understand what it's all about at the end of the day. And here's something, right? Do you know, like, when you're a bloke nudist, right? Do you ever get any who just have, like, a small knob?
I don't know. I don't understand the question.
What's that? What's your point?
Well, are there any blokes who are knocking about who just have a normal-sized knob, or maybe a bit smaller than normal, who are happy wandering about showing off what they haven't got, if you know what I mean?
I don't think nudists are just doing it because they're so proud of their knob.
No, but there's got to be a little bit of that in it, isn't there?
Why?
Say like Jonathan Ross, right? He's nipped to see you now and again and what have you.
He's what?
He sort of nipped in to see you now and again. He's always happy getting his knob out because he's known to have this big knob, right?
What do you mean he's known? Why is Jonathan Ross known to have this big knob?
No, he just talks about it a lot, doesn't he? He's always saying about...
But that's like me. I'm known for being a great lover. I say it a lot. It's clearly not the case. What evidence have you got that he's got a big knob?
No, but the difference is he's happy to keep getting it out. It's different sort of... me walking about going, I've got a big one and all that, and then but no one ever sees it. But Jonathan sort of he's always getting it out, isn't he?
Have you seen him get it out before?
He did get it out, but I wasn't looking.
What do you mean you weren't looking? How do you know it was out?
Just because he sort of was moving it about and that, and I could sort of see. No, I wasn't looking though. It was that sort of thing where you can see something moving about. But you're like, I'm not looking at it.
What, like an owl seeing a mouse?
What I mean, it doesn't matter. All I'm saying is.
So no, let's get back to this. You remembering vividly Jonathan Ross's penis?
No,
yes.
I don't mean that.
Why were you looking at his penis?
I wasn't looking though.
Well, it was clearly not meant to be looked at.
I'm just saying, most blokes who, nudists, they must be pretty confident in themselves to, getting it out. And I wasn't looking. It's just that. I mean, I looked once.
Okay. What was it like?
Once.
No, I was looking at another one.
What?
At the same time?
No.
Why are you looking at loads of men's penises?
Going on?
No,
where are you hanging out?
What is this?
It's natural, that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean? This
As
is
a bloke.
Carl takes a sneaky look at menscocks.com.
No, what I'm saying is, it's natural.
Where was this happening? You were in a gym.
No.
A lot of guys are getting changed, and you were just checking out their knobs.
You're at your bedroom window with a pair of binoculars, and there was a little fella across the road getting changed.
I was at some night out once.
Go on.
So you were at heaven, and you were in the toilet.
It was some night out, and some people come running on the stage, right? Some music started coming on, and these 4 people ran out. It was 2 women.
So you were at a gay strip club?
It wasn't gay in that. It was just a normal night out. Well, some sort of party night out. Right. These people come running on, right? You got 2 women. You got 2 blokes.
Right.
They whip their knickers off. The fellas whip their undies off.
At the same time?
Yeah, all at the same time.
Was it was it like a choreographed thing?
Like, what's it?
Chippendales.
No, what like Cheryl Baker was in it. It was that thing where they sort of, on Eurovision Song Contest.
Making your mind up. A larger skirt conceding a smaller skirt. At no point did Bucks Fizz whip their knickers and pants off.
When you said Cheryl Baker was in it, I was thinking, what? Didn't she used to host Record Breakers? I don't remember that on there. Tea Time on BBC One.
So that happened, and all I'm saying is, right, before I had a look at the woman's bits, right, I just had a little cheeky glance at the fellas.
Why?
Just checking it out, just seeing is everything normal down
Why
there.
weren't your eyes drawn instantly to the ladies' bits?
No, don't believe me. I had a look at that. All I'm saying.
But you went to the guys first.
Just. I didn't know how long pants were going to be left off for.
So you didn't want to miss your opportunity, is what you're saying? You saw a window of opportunity to see some men's bits, and you thought, I better take it.
No,
because this may never happen again.
No.
So what happened? So there's two women, two men, right? I don't know what sort of event this is where you're looking at anyone get their knickers and pants off. I don't know why you're looking at all. So you go right. There's knickers and pants off. Right. Let's check out the knob and testicles first.
You're telling me you've never, like, when you've been in a turn your head, had a look and go, all right, yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Sorry, let's just get this question right. Have we ever been in a gym and just taken a sneaky glance at a man's genitals? Is that your question to us?
Right. For me, it's the same as when you see someone who's a bit odd, two heads or whatever.
Well, I'll be honest. If I was in a gym and a bloke came in with two heads, I'd look. I'd get a sneaky glance in the mirror. I'd go.
Sorry, but you'd look at his genitals or his two heads.
His two heads.
Or would you sneaky look at the heads and then think, I wonder if he's got two cocks, and just.
I'd have to have a look there. If I'll tell you what, and now I admit it, if I'm ever in a gym and a naked man with two heads walks in, I probably will check out the genitals as well, just to make sure that he's got two of everything.
Can I tell you the thing that always freaks me out? I do sometimes go to the gym, and I live in North London, and the thing that always freaks me out is if there's an elderly man, often quite short, and I say this only so you can picture something in your mind's eye. I've got a lot of old elderly Jewish gentlemen. Wander around. And I'm always freaked out because there's at least two I'm aware of who've got very, very large penises. And I always find that really disturbing because sometimes you can't help but notice because it's like Godzilla coming through the change room. Do you know what I mean? And it's swinging there, and it never seems right that he's an old guy. He's kind of a little overweight, quite short, and he's got a massive piece of action going on between his legs. And I always get, dare I say it, a little bit jealous because for a tall man, I feel I've been a little bit shortchanged.
Oh wow!
So that I do admit, that's the only instance where my eye has been naturally drawn to it.
Do you know what annoys me in gyms? Where people walk round happily naked all the time whistling. They get weighed naked, pop a towel on and take off 3 ounces.
How exact have those measurements got to be?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Pop a towel on. I mean, unless you're going on the space shuttle, I reckon you could give or take a couple of stone. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Absolutely right. Well, we've put that to bed.
The Ricky Gervais Show on Guardian Unlimited.
It's that time again. You better be ready.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right. Well, this week, what we covering is, do you know, like they say, monkeys are pretty close to humans.
Well, when you say monkeys, you mean apes, I assume, and when you say apes, you mean chimpanzees.
Monkeys and that.
Well, no, because they're different species. They're all primates.
They've done a lot of tests and that. Like I said, we've talked about the one that went into space.
That was
We've
rubbish.
Had ones that have worked in train stations.
No.
So
Barbers, was there a barber one?
There was a barber one. He started off sweeping, didn't he? But he didn't immediately go in
straight into. He worked his way up. Yeah.
They do apprenticeship.
They do a lot of stuff.
I've seen the salon. He was probably the top student.
But the thing is, I mean, in a way, this is linked to the one in the salon. He could cut hair, but he'd never be allowed to work on the till, right? But these tests that they've been doing now.
Why? Are they not trustworthy?
Well, they've had problems understanding money, right? But they've been teaching about the value of money and showing it that to get this money you've got to work hard, you've got to save your money, and when it's saved,
it's all bollocks.
You can do what you want with that money.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen.
At the end of the day, these monkeys aren't on that much money.
Yeah, and they wouldn't. You could never teach a monkey the value of money.
So the thing is, they've said to these monkeys, look, there's your money.
They haven't said anything to the monkeys.
So
they have,
money.
Rick. Please listen to the news.
But
It's the news.
It's the news.
It's important that they know how to spend that money, right? It's basic rules, really. It's what you teach a human about money, innit? It's what you teach kids. The
So
value
invest
of money.
wisely.
Invest and all that.
Sorry, who's
they
teaching
got
these
past,
monkeys? So, Carl, stop.
Just some people and that.
But who? Where are these
The
monkeys?
monkey people.
But where are these monkeys? Where are these
I
monkeys
think
being?
it's in San Francisco.
Where are these monkeys though? What are they in a shop? What are they doing? Are they in homes? What are they doing?
Just
in
like,
the zoo?
Well, probably just in like some sort of science, checking out monkeys' brains and that, and seeing how they work. But they're happy. They're not.
This is different to the news at 10.
So listen.
Well, yeah, but you can't interrupt the newscasters for one thing, Rick. Please.
Sorry, go on.
So there's these monkeys, right? And they've given them some money, probably about £5, and they said, right, off you go, go shopping. See who comes back with the best. Sort of, how much can you get? You know, like in
Ready, Steady, Cook.
Where they say, there's a £5, go and get some food. Anyway, some came back and they were like, they hardly had anything. Right?
This is absolute shit.
No, listen.
This is
bollocks. Listen.
But one of them, right, he was away longer, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right, I think he came back last. But they were really impressed because he sort of said, this is amazing that you've got all this. Can't believe it. Give us the receipt, right?
Oh, this is absolute.
Right, forget it then. Forget it. No,
listen.
forget it.
No. This is absolute shit.
We want to hear the end.
No.
Look, hang on a minute, right? So they said, give us the receipt and that, and they looked at it, and it was all official, right? And what they were really impressed by is the way that they always went for the sort of slightly older veg, where you get 2 lots for the price of one.
Right, you're absolute.
So, and it just goes to show.
This is absolute bollocks.
Well,
There's no way a chimp went shopping and knew what he was buying. It's
I don't know why you asked me then.
Well, it's absolute bollocks. Once again, you've made it up. You probably saw a headline on some sort of half-witted website, and you're talking shit.
Just to say, if you have any monkey news for Carl that you want to hear on one of these podcasts in future weeks, then you can email Carl, or indeed with anything, at podcast@rickygervais.com.
This podcast was hosted by Positive Internet.
Can I just ask, what does hosting mean when you in that sense?
I don't know, but the guys at Positive Internet do, because they're experts in this field, and that's why I like them.
Well, thanks very much. Join us next time when we'll I'm sure, waste another half hour of your lives. See ya.
Bye.
Ricky Gervais Show on Guardian Unlimited.
Let's do a couple of openings.
You do it.
Well, you better say something. Okay. Well, I think you should say, welcome to Ricky Gervais Show on or whatever podcast.
I'm not on this, am I?
Yeah.
What am I doing here?
Well, just saying hello.
Hello?
No, let us do the introductions. We're doing 2 introductions in 2 shows. Fuck me.
The Ricky Gervais Show on Guardian Unlimited.
Right, welcome again to the Ricky Gervais Show on this Guardian podcast with me, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, and
hello
of course, hello there.
Thanks.
And of course, our producer Carl.
Oh, can I ask you a question?
Go on.
I know this is what a lot of the fans are already wondering. Is there going to be some monkey news today?
There's got to be.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Question.
Well, I don't want. I'm worried because maybe this will steal your thunder. But Sarah Greer has emailed this in, once again, emailed to podcast@rickygervais.com. Chimp mauling under investigation. I know you're concerned, because this actually fuses 2 of our greatest features, Monkey News and Knob News, into one seamless whole.
Oh.
Investigators said they are trying to figure out how 2 chimpanzees that viciously attacked a visitor at an animal sanctuary escaped from their cage. This is the grim bit. The chimps chewed off a man's nose and severely mauled his genitals and limbs.
Why did they go for his genitals?
Both of them did as well.
Eh?
Both of them. Did you say 2 chimps?
No, you're right. Yeah, it was chimpanzees too.
Yeah,
I don't know if
see,
both
which
of them
one
went.
did it?
They just saw that they're dangling away, and they
You
just
go
went,
for the nose?
Yeah.
I go for his bollocks.
And
Now,
then
what accent have they got there?
I
those
don't
chimps?
know.
Were they kind of like soprano chimps?
what happened to him anyway?
What happened to what?
The 2 guilty monkeys.
Well, unfortunately, they were shot dead by the authorities.
You see, that annoys me a bit.
I know, well, again...
What are you talking about? they're attacking people's gonads.
I know, but they were happy in an African jungle a couple of years ago.
That's what they do, isn't it?
That is what they do. That's what animals do. Animals fight. Do you remember when that bloke?
So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to let them just wander off into the I don't know, into the local mall and maybe savage some young children, or a bucket with a face paint on it.
No, all I'm saying is you don't shoot them for doing what's natural to them. They
Yes,
didn't
you
want to.
do.
Why?
If anything attacks anyone's balls,
No,
and
but why-
bollocks,
No. Maybe they were shot during it. That you're allowed to shoot something that's doing something. But if they were they executed or were they shot in the attack?
No, it says he shot them. Well, he shot them to death. I'm assuming he shot them to death as they were legging it off.
But why aren't they just sort of tranquilised? Where was
Why
this?
have
Was
I
this
been because I happen to be reading Sarah Greer, who emailed it into the one who should be getting a
It
bollock
just
in.
annoys me how one way it's kind of like, you know, we're trying to save the pandas, and then the next day someone's shooting them or whatever. I know it's not a panda, but all I'm saying
So
is it's double
therefore, the
standards.
whole argument falls apart. But go on.
No, but what I'm saying is, what would happen? I've talked about this before about St. George killed the last dragon, right?
Right, it didn't exist.
It's the same thing though.
No, there's never been any dragons.
No.
It's a mythical creature.
Well, you don't
By
know
mythical, it means we made this up, like the unicorn.
Well,
I don't even. What was your point about the dragon? What's that got to do with
because
this?
I'm saying out like, why is it all right to be going around going mental with a gun, shooting all the monkeys and killing them? Because one day we're going to run out.
What are you talking about? How have you extrapolated from this one incident of a couple of testy, happy
That's what
monkeys?
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. One incident. They only did it once. And they've got a bullet.
But they're
in
not
their head.
shooting around and making them extinct, are they?
If they carry on like that, they will. But
Well, it's up to the monkeys to stop attacking people's private parts.
It's
But that's what a give and take here.
No,
I'm
come
sorry.
on. That monkey does not going, oh, this is for my own good. It's like, even if it's animal husbandry, they're not sitting there going, well, I'll tell you what, let's stay here because it's they're trying to do a nice little breeding program here, or we could get out and do what we do best: run amok, eat some bollocks, right, and have a good time. Right? They don't know what they're doing. They don't. And Carl's right. The poor little bastards get a bullet in the head.
For what?
And I'm saying, if they're attacking a human, shoot them to stop them. That's fine, okay. But if they're running away and they're, don't shoot them in the back like a coward.
This was an animal sanctuary, though. So presumably they had quite a cushy time there, because most of the ones I've visited, they've always got it easy. They're
But
hanging
you
around
don't-
on tyres, they got comfy chairs, they're wanking, they're going berserk, they're loving it. So you say that I think I don't know. I just think there was something nasty. There was something a bit warped in these monkeys. I mean,
But hang on a minute. You've just answered your own question there. You said they're in a sanctuary, so they haven't had a good upbringing. So they're going to be a bit more like madder than other monkeys, aren't they? Because that's where the ill ones go, isn't it?
A sanctuary.
Well, I've been to one for seals.
it's not like a borstal.
Yeah, exactly. He thinks it's a borstal.
It's like scum.
Yeah. They did some bad stuff in the jungle, and they had a little monkey court, and they went send him to Borstal.
So, well, what is it then?
No, it's a monkey sanctuary where it like a haven.
Well, it's not a haven, is it? They've got a bullet in the head.
The Ricky Gervais Show on Guardian Unlimited.
Talking of eating knobs,
Yeah.
Jilly Goulden. Now
What's she been up to?
Well, you saw her in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
I haven't been watching it.
She popped a little kangaroo knob in the mouth, chewed it up.
What, she just found
swallowed
it? Did she lying around?
No, it was one of the things that she had to
Oh, it was
eat.
one of the challenges.
Carol Thatcher, a daughter of one of our leaders.
Sure.
She popped a couple of bollocks in the mouth,
Oh.
chewed them up, swallowed them.
Oh.
And Jilly Goulden, there was a kangaroo penis there, dried. She couldn't even get. It was so tough, she couldn't even get through it. And then she,
Is it like a pepperoni?
yeah. And she, what do you think of that, Carl?
What, eating that sort of stuff?
Yeah,
I watch it. I like those little trial bits, right?
yeah.
But what I don't think people realise is, right, it is hard eating a little kangaroo knob. Right?
Really? How do you know?
No, it's just, you think about it and you go, oh, I couldn't do that, right? But what they never mention on the TV programme, which I think takes it to the next level, right, they're eating that at like 7:30 in the morning.
Sure. Right.
Which
for
is
breakfast.
worse, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I was there and Ant and Dec said, right, Carl, eat the knob, I'd go, hang on a minute, give us a few hours, let me get some rice and that on my belly, and just sort of fill me up a little bit more. I'll pop back at about 6:30 this evening,
Right.
have it ready. And I'd be happier then. It's just that thing of, you
don't want to eat animal genitals on an empty stomach.
So what are you saying? You could
I'm saying like I could eat a knob at night, but
just cut that there If any DJs are listening,
No.
just take that quote, "I could eat a knob at night," by Carl Pilkington. Maybe do a dance remix.
Yeah,
Just
I think maybe you're sort of a house producer and you could maybe get some kind of high energy beat going, and then we could just send that out to some of the gay clubs. I'm sure it'd be really popular.
Please, anyone, send us, that loop with a nice little, funky house beat. Carl Pilkington saying, "I could eat a knob at night."
No, but
do you
know what I mean, though? By that.
Not really.
Well, okay then, right. Okay. Now, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I couldn't pop a kangaroo testicle in my mouth and chew it. It was disgusting to watch. She was eating witchetty grubs. Good on them because they were doing it. But then again, I think, well, they wanted to go in there. They knew they were up for it. So on the one hand, I think, is that admirable and is that showing sort of like good British metal, or is it, I'll do anything to get on telly for a week? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't. Where does it stop? I thought Rebecca Lewis went too far when she gave the little pig a stop.
Yeah.
She didn't,
well, I think it's obvious when you have to stop.
Yeah, but
the pig tells you that.
To pop the Also, again, where's the kangaroo hopping around without a cock?
I'll tell you, here's another question, right? Bit of a spin-off with animals and that. Have you ever, right, Steve, killed a fly?
Probably, yes.
Right. Well, I was watching David Attenborough, right? He makes his money out of flies and that, doesn't he? Do you think he's ever killed one, or does he go, well, I can't kill that fly or that spider, because that's how I make my money?
I don't know what the question is.
I don't know what this question is.
Like my mum, right, she said if a fly is knocking about the house, she never kills it, she always catches it and puts it out and that, and she said she'd never kill one.
Who is she, Mr. Miyagi? What do you mean she catches it? How does she catch it?
With a pair of chopsticks.
No, she...
Rick, it's that time again. It's what everyone's waiting for. Can you do the jingle?
Chimpanzee that monkey news, you.
Right, this week the monkey news is about, we all know, there's monkeys knocking about that aren't happy in this country.
Sure.
It
is a big problem, yeah, it's an epidemic.
So they've set up like this sanctuary place.
Okay.
Where they all go. The ones that aren't happy in a zoo and what have you, it's getting them down.
They can phone a number and they'll come and pick them up.
Pop them in this house place, right? And basically, they can run riot in there.
Yeah.
They get freedom to sort of cheer themselves up. It's like, don't have a go at them. If they want to do such a thing, let them have a go and what have you, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 people running this place, right? And one of them...
Sorry, where is this place for wayward chimps who don't like the zoo? What are you talking about? A house where they can do what they want?
I'm not sure where it is.
That's a surprise. Go on.
But there's this place anyway. It doesn't matter where it is, does it? At the end of the day, I'm just telling you what the problem is. We haven't got to the problem bit yet.
Go on.
I'm just building up to it, right? So these monkeys, big house and that,
PlayStation, anything they want,
gym, all that lot. So anyway, I'll cut to the chase, whatever. One of them wanted to mess about with the woman's breasts. Right?
Which woman's breasts?
The woman who works there.
Right.
Right. And she was like, right, pack it in, we've all had a bit of fun. You've been in the gym and everything. She obviously, got a bit excited and that. He was fired up and that, ready for some more action and that. He's trying to have a go on this woman's breast, right? She was like,
have a go.
She was like, no, you're not doing that. Pack it in and all.